going to be going through page 25 in the beginning book. Today we're going to be talking about key signatures and also the difference between major and minor chords. And we're going to be using Dance by Dmitri Kabalevsky as an example of those two items. Okay, last lesson on page 24 we talked about accidentals, which, if you recall, means that we just raise or lower a note by half step. So if I was starting on C and there was a sharp sign in front of that C, it means that I play C sharp, which is one key up. It's going to sound one half step higher. Okay, same thing with a flat. If we started on B and there was a flat sign in front of it, it means that we go back or we lower the pitch by one half step. So this would be B flat. All right, so in this lesson I want to talk about key signatures, so I'll go ahead and read what's on top of the page. Notice a flat sign after the clef on every staff below. This is called a key signature. A key signature is a convenient way to tell you which notes will be sharp or flat throughout the piece, thereby making it unnecessary to place accidentals on each of those notes. Because the flat sign below is sitting on the line where the note B sits on, this key signature tells you to flat all B's in every octave. Since all B's are now flat, if any B is not supposed to be flat, the composer must place a natural sign in front of that note, as he does in measures 7 and 8 below. Okay, so let's get to the dance. Let's separate left hand and right hand. Let's talk about the left hand. Okay, we're starting off with an F chord. We've already learned an F chord. Just to review, a basic chord is a triad, which means it has three notes: a root, a third, and a fifth. So if F is the root, which we'll call 1, a third is 3 steps away from that root. 1, 2, 3. So A is our third. And then the fifth is 5 steps away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have F, A, and C. That's our F chord. So that's all we play. This entire first line, first 4 measures, is F. And there's a dot on top of each note, which means it's a staccato. We're going to play it short. So if I count this out, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, next line, measures 5 through 8. It says it's a G minor. We've learned what a G major is. G is a root, which is 1. Okay, 3 steps away. 1, 2, 3. B is the third. And then the fifth is D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a G chord, or a G major chord. This has a B flat. Instead of a B natural, it's a B flat, because the key signature tells us that all B's are going to be flat. And by playing a B flat instead of the B natural, a different chord. G major, G minor. It's a different sound, different quality. But notice that the only difference between a G major chord and a G minor chord is the third. The root is still G, the fifth is still D. It's just whether it's a B natural or B flat. And that's true with any minor chord. The only difference is what type of third. Okay? All right, so we play this G minor for 2 measures, and it's the same rhythm as measures 1 and 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next measure, we go to a G major chord, and we use the same rhythm as measures 3 and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, last line, we're back to an F chord, so we have to shift our whole hand back over. All right, so F chord. Now we have the C chord with an E bass. So that's what that C/E means. It's a C chord with an E bass. It's more pop notation. So what that means is, if we consider what a C chord is, we've already learned that it's C, E, G, root, third, fifth. Okay? It doesn't make any difference what order you play those notes in, or how many of those notes you play, you know. It doesn't make any difference. So in this context, in this dance, we have the C up here, we have the G here, and the E is here. So the E is our lowest note, thereby being the bass. So going back to the F chord in measure 9. F chord, we're keeping our thumb on the C. We move our fifth finger and our third finger over by one key. Okay, and then in the next measure, we have this D minor 7. I don't want to get into the theory of that right now. But all you need to know is you're going to take those two fingers, again, the fifth finger and the third finger, and move it over. Okay. And then the next chord is back to that C with the E bass that we played in measure 10, and then back to the F. So if I play this very slowly, starting with measure 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now I'm playing this note long. In the last measure, it's a half note, and there's a tenuto marking over that. That little straight line is telling you to hold the note for its full duration. In other words, in this context, no staccato. So there's the left hand. Right hand is very simple. It's all quarter notes or quarter rests until you get to the last measure. So starting at measure 1, again, these are all staccato, and we're basically in 5-finger position, but our thumb is on F. So it's this. Okay, pretty simple. Now, next line, we're going to have to shift our whole hand over by one key. So now our pinky is on D and our thumb is on G. And this is the same exact rhythm as above, measures 1 through 4. Okay, don't forget we are going to be playing a B flat here on beat 2 in measure 5. So it's this. Okay, now I'm in measure 7. Notice the natural sign on beat 2. And because of the rule that if you alter a note in the measure, if that same note occurs in that measure, it's also going to be altered. So in this case, we have a B natural on beat 2. That means that the B on beat 4 is also going to be B natural, which I've inserted in the score. So we have this. So that whole line, measures 5 through 8, is this. Okay, all right, and the last line, very, very difficult. I'm joking. It's all C's except for the last measure, we go back to an F. So it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I would work on both hands independently, and once you have control of both hands independently, then try putting them together. So let's play the first 4 measures, F in the left hand, and then 5-finger position here in the right hand. 2, 3, 4. Both hands move over by one key. Get the middle finger and both hands ready for the B flat. So, and then when we get to measure 7, we're going to be playing B naturals. All right, so here we go. 2, 3, 4. B naturals. Okay, right hand stays where it is. Left hand moves over back to the F. And in the right hand, we're just playing the C until we get to the last measure. So all you have to worry about in this line is that left hand movement. 2, 3, 4. There you go. I hope that was helpful.